one thing that we always is always a challenge is one, reacting to a client's inquiry as quickly as possible. And if it's during a work day, in the middle of a work day, Monday through Friday, I'm usually at my computer and I'm watching these things and I'm all over it. But when you get an inquiry on a Friday night and you have a job first thing Saturday morning and you're not getting back into the office or back home or in front of a computer until 11 o'clock at night, then that 1 hour turnaround comes to 24, maybe even 36, because you got home from the job and the wedding and you went to bed, slept in, right? So now you're a day and a half out. So, how do you keep the client engaged in over that kind of period of time, and then get them to respond to you? That's it's a challenge I work with all the time. Is and the lead generating websites like WeddingWire and The Knot and Zola, right? They tell you that your responses to clients need to be brief and quick.
Yeah.
And then they if you're not to their briefness, they downscore you.
Oh
yeah. So I was trying to get some information across to this inquiry so I could grab her attention.
Yeah.
Because it took me a little longer to respond to her. So I was trying to get a little bit more information in front of her to hook her, right? And then it was like, you did that wrong. Nope, you did that wrong. So you didn't respond in time, and your response was too long.
That's interesting.
So it gave me a bad grade. But then, but I haven't heard back from this client. So then, then what I have to do is knock on their door the next day, And then you start feeling like a pest and they still don't respond to you.
Yeah.
And so, to all of our wonderful clients out there, it's if you want to engage with us, please just it's just polite to say, thank you for the information, and then give some kind of, what your plan is. Thank you for the information. Thank you for your quick response. Either ask a question or say, I'll get back with you in a week. Something so you know what the person on the other side is doing or thinking.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we're just, we're tossing stuff out there trying to beg you to respond to us.
Yeah.
I mean, you knocked at the door, right? And so we're opening that door, and then you ran away. So that's what we ask of our clients. It's we're going to take the time. We're going to be there for you. But then you can't run away and ignore us. Which is a good lesson to all of us, because now that kind of whole perspective has changed how I interact with the emails that I get. If I get one that's not critical, that's not a client asking for an October wedding day.
Yeah.
But it's, maybe it's a group of wedding vendors.
Yeah.
And they're saying, do you want to come to this? Then I find myself being more attentive because I know what it's like to be on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been a good personal lesson.
So with WeddingWire or something like that, when you're interacting with clients, because I understand that some of these platforms, it has to stay within the platform and things like that, right?
Doesn't have to.
Okay.
They want you to.
Okay.
And if you don't respond within the platform, then, or if you don't respond in the platform, then you have to at least tell the platform that you responded.
Okay.
If that makes sense. You can mark the email read, or responded, or replied.
Okay.
But you have to do that manually. If you don't do it within their customer portal.
Okay.
You can do it via email, but then you're doing it with this email comes from a vendor at WeddingWire or however, or from The Knot, however they phrase that. So it's a specific email address that then those companies can then tag and look at.
Okay.
And those companies, they take that information and that's what they base their sales training on. So they're looking at all of this data, and so then that's what they're lovely and have all these educational seminars. But that's how they get the information, is that they kind of require you to work within their platform so they can get the information. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you answer something wrong to the speaker who's speaking, so if the speaker says, "All right, how many people here, replied to an inquiry at least 5 times before they give up?" And if you say, "I do, but you don't," they'll call you out on it.
Oh, interesting.
They'll go, "Oh, okay, well that's great, but I doubt all of you are doing that." I mean, they won't call you out specifically, but they'll question it.
Wow.
Because they know. They have the statistics. They know who you are when you apply to the seminar, so they know what the statistics are, and they know what you're doing.
Wow.
They've got your file.
They've got your file.
Just like the FBI.